NBA fans, welcome back to my channel. Jordan versus LeBron. Now, let's go ahead and get into this because I've been seeing a lot of nonsense saying that Jordan had more help than LeBron in the NBA Finals. As you see up top, best co-star help in the NBA Finals. And we're going to go through their stats and see who had more help. And, because I hear a lot of people saying that Jordan didn't play nobody in the finals. And if he didn't have a super team, how was he supposed to be playing super teams in the finals? Because we know LeBron, except for 2007, he had a super team in all his finals. And when he lost to other teams. Let's be realistic that the Spurs, they were not a super team. They were a team that was built through the draft. Okay? And then you had the prime players, Duncan, Parker, and Manu. These guys were through the draft. And Manu, he's going to be lucky to be a Hall of Famer because he was a sixth man. I don't know if he's going to make the Hall of Fame, but he might be because he beat LeBron like 3 times. He beat LeBron in the Olympics, and he beat LeBron 2 times in the finals. So he might be he might be a Hall of Famer just off of that for beating up the King. So, and then you have teams like Golden State. In 2015 and 16, they were not a super team. They got those players through the draft. Okay, LeBron, 17 and 18, yes, they was a super team. So LeBron goes to the 2020 finals with his super team, Howard, AD, and him. That's a super team. I don't care what Howard was scoring, right? You guys use Dennis Rodman as a super team, and Rodman was scoring like 4 points. So I'm pretty sure Howard averaged 4 points in the playoffs. So, yeah, he had a super team that year. So let's go ahead and look at this because we all know this is a lie. Jordan never had a super team. And to me, what I consider a super team is when you're going and getting somebody else's number one franchise player from another team. The Rockets had a super team. The Celtics had a super team, even though those super teams were old. And so let's look at this because LeBron went and built a super team. And at the time, he got Bosh and Wade. They were at least top 6 players at the time. So this is what Jordan was dealing with. Let's look at the NBA Finals. Jordan had Pippen and Grant for 3 years, and Bosh, LeBron, he had Bosh and Dwayne Wade for 4 years. So Grant, he averaged 11 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game on 57% shooting. This is in the finals. Pippen. This is Pippen's all-time finals numbers right here, okay? With Jordan. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Remember, his 5 assists, this was a guy that had all the more assists than Jordan, had all these more rebounds than Jordan, and then you got 42% field goal percentage, okay? That's why when these people lie and say Pippen, he was grabbing all these rebounds, all these steals, and blah, blah, blah. I got that coming up where Pippen supposedly out-rebounded Jordan, out-assisted him, blocks, steals, all that. I got that coming up. So you go to Dwayne Wade, hit 21 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on 47% shooting. I think that's better than Pippen, okay? Even though his Dwayne Wade's stats went down because he's got to play with LeBron, who don't make his teammates better, even though we've been told that lie. So you got Chris Bosh, 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, 1 assist on 45% shooting. I thought LeBron made these guys better. And I think Uh, Bosch made like 3, 4 more All-Star games after LeBron left. So let's go down again and let's look at Kyrie and Love versus Grant and Pippen. And why I'm doing them over again, because we haven't got into the second three-peat. And we're just comparing. You see right here, you got Kyrie Irving, 27 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on 46% shooting. Love, 13 points per game, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 38% shooting. Now, granted, all these guys are franchise superstars, or were when they came play with LeBron of another team. They were number 1 draft pick franchise players of another team when they went to go play with LeBron. And you can see right here, their finals numbers have just gone down, except for Kyrie. Love, his numbers went down because LeBron, he just didn't go get these guys. He got a slew of guys, J.R. Smith and all these, Kyle Korver, all these guys to be on the team instead of just getting some role player guy. He went and really got like guys that made the All-Star team, and prior years were like either number 1s or number 2s on other teams. This is what he had. He had his secondary players, which were 2s and 3s, which was Kyrie, Bosch, Irving, and then Love. But he had other guys on his team that could be number 2s and even number 1s on other teams. This is how this guy does. He just can't have these 2 franchise players. He's got to have even more. I'm talking about so much help, it's crazy. Like, we're watching the Lakers. When they win, you got D'Angelo Russell. He could be like a number 1 or a number 2 on another team. What's his name? The white boy, I forget his name, on the Lakers. He could be a number 2 on another team. Okay? You got a lot of players on that team could be number 2s. I don't think number 1s. AD could, but could be number 2s on other teams. That tells you how deep the Lakers are. But we're gonna talk about this in a minute. But when you got all those players playing all on one team that's good, it don't really turn out good at the end of the day. It don't. You shouldn't have that many good players on one team unless they came from the draft or something like that, and they know their place. They were never number 1s or number 2s or nothing like that. It don't work out at the end. So we go to Kukoc and Pippen versus AD and KCP. You got Kukoc, 12 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists on 45% shooting. And we already know what Pippen had. You go over here to AD, 24 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3 assists on 53% shooting. And KCP, 12 points per game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 37% shooting. Now, that ain't too much better than what Pippen was shooting at 42% a break fest. So when we go down to the bottom right here and we kind of find out or want to know why LeBron has lost 6 NBA Finals blowouts. 6. 4-1, swept. To me, 4-2 is a blowout, especially if you're getting blown out in the elimination game. And that's what happened when he lost in the sixth game, which made it 4-2. He was getting blowed out in those games. Those games weren't even close. So he's been blowed out in every finals loss, which is 6. So final series points per game, 40 plus points per game in a series. Jordan 1, LeBron 0. 30 plus points per game in a playoff series. Jordan 5, LeBron 3. Under 30 points per game in the NBA Final Series. Jordan 1 time, LeBron 6. Ouch. Under 20 points per game in a finals in a series of the NBA Finals. Jordan 0, LeBron once. So you can obviously see right here why LeBron lost 6 finals. It definitely wasn't his competition. It wasn't his competition because he's got all this help right here. In his help, was better than Pippen, better than Grant, and better than Kukoc. His help was. So you're gonna say, oh, he was playing super teams. Well, this is what he's got. He's got super teams. It was up to LeBron to be putting up marvelous numbers like 35 points per game in the playoffs. Jordan averaged 30, I think it's 33 points per game. And, he didn't even have to really average that, what Jordan averaged. But you guys say he's the GOAT and he's this great scorer. So, like I said, when you go down here, he never averaged 40 points in a playoff series, in a final series. If you want to be real, if you want to talk about playoffs, period, I think Jordan averaged 40 points plus per game in the playoffs 6 times. Okay, and this is in a slow pace. 30 points per game, LeBron only 3 times, and it took him until his 6th finals appearance to average 30 points per game. Where was it? Where was this guy at? Where was he at? And then you get down here and you're like, under 30 points per game in the finals 6 times? What? That just tells the tale right there why he lost 6 finals. He was under 30 points per game in 6 finals. When you got help like that, bro, that's going to be easy for you to score 30 points per game. And he could not do it only in 4 finals he did it? Out of 10. Wow. Now, nobody's saying he had to do it at 10 because Jordan, he didn't do it all 6. I think he did it 5. But, man, then you got this under 20 points per game in the finals. I mean, this is why this guy lost. I mean, if you want to get into we'll get into that another time. His field goal percentage, his turnovers, his free throw percentage in the finals for forward. He's shooting 48% in the finals in 10 NBA finals, 48% as a forward, and shooting 70% of his shots in the paint. Woo! Wow. But that's only the half. We got a lot of stuff about LeBron's NBA finals coming up. So tell me what you think.